Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are going to take that universal groan that usually happens when someone brings up sales paperwork and totally transform it into your ultimate strategic advantage. We'll be doing this by breaking down the two absolute pillars of revenue generation. Think of them as your dashboard, that's your real-time intelligence, and your GPS, which is your sales playbook. Because let's be real, if you want to seriously scale a business, you can't just run on gut feelings, right? You need structured data and standardized processes to win.
So here is our game plan for today. 1. The power of sales reports. 2. Types of sales documents. 3. Crafting the perfect report. 4. The ultimate sales manual. And 5. Building your sales playbook. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. The power of sales reports. This is your real-time dashboard, acting as a business leader's highly reliable information system.
Now, these reports aren't just dusty archives of yesterday's news. Far from it. They are highly active tools. We use them to evaluate the exact revenue generated by specific products, which lets us see what's actually hitting the target. They also flag that slow-paced inventory that might literally be dragging the whole operation down. But most importantly, these reports allow us to zero in on our most profitable, loyal customers. And we can use that exact data to fine-tune our future marketing strategies. It's really about using the past to actively dictate your future.
All right, moving into Section 2, types of sales documents. Let's talk about how we actually gather this critical intelligence.
Out in the field, sales reps use a few highly specialized instruments, and there's a specific tool for every job. Your progress or call report, that is your daily heartbeat, tracking contacts, brand competition, and ongoing negotiations. Then you've got your sales work plan for mapping out future territories, plus expense reports for logging operational costs. You also have the new business report to identify fresh prospects. But here's the really interesting one, the lost sales report. This is absolutely not about punishing reps for losing a deal. No way. Instead, it captures vital intel on exactly why an order was lost so you can improve customer retention policies and plug leaks in the funnel. Paired with complaints and adjustments to capture grievances, these documents make sure your company is always adapting to the actual market reality.
Which brings us to Section 3, crafting the perfect report.
Because, of course, gathering mountains of detailed data is totally useless if it just creates an overwhelming, confusing mess for management, right? So, the absolutely crucial point here is adhering to the 4 C's. Every single report must be clear, concise, complete, and correct. If a presentation based on these reports is too complex, it's going to lead straight to false expectations and wrong interpretations by the decision makers. The data has to be readable and perfectly aligned with the audience's vision.
The difference between a terrible report and a great one really comes down to this contrast. A data dump might just list raw call volumes without any context. But frankly, as a manager, you care way more about the context of orders taken rather than some raw, or maybe even slightly twisted, number of calls made. You need actionable insights. When you highlight orders taken and territory growth, maybe using charts to tell the true story, that data becomes instantly useful for a business leader trying to allocate resources.
Moving to the second half of our framework, we have Section 4, the ultimate sales manual. Let's see how we take all that field intelligence and actually institutionalize it.
Think of the sales manual as your GPS. By definition, it's a guide stating the best policies, practices, procedures, and protocols that direct your sales efforts and set baseline performance standards. But the absolute key phrase here is living guide. It has to be updated consistently to teach the team about new strategies, unique product benefits, and exactly how to outsmart rivals in a shifting market. An obsolete manual is entirely futile.
So why put in the immense effort to build one? Well, shrewd organizations use it to scale rapidly. It standardizes expected performance so everyone is on the same page. It gives new hires a reliable foundation from day one, which saves an immense amount of time in training. Plus, it dramatically improves the alignment between sales and marketing goals. And crucially, it equips your teams with the exact tools they need to actually close deals out in the field.
Now, inside this manual, brevity is key. Your reps are busy. They don't have time to read a novel. It should act as a quick reference guide. The core contents generally break down like this. 30% is essential contact information. Another 30% covers product demonstrations and functionality. 20% maps out the organizational structure so everyone knows who to report to. And the final 20% is for necessary glossaries and references. It's about giving them the exact information they need the moment they need it.
Finally, we reach Section 5, building your sales playbook. Let's talk construction.
how do we actually construct this vital asset without overstuffing it with unessential data? Well, it takes a very strategic, boots-on-the-ground approach. You can't just write this in a vacuum. First, you have to outline the core topics and layout to avoid information bloat. Second, and this is non-negotiable, consult the people actually doing the work, your experienced reps and product managers. Map out what works. Third, draft the material logically, maybe even using role-play to test it out. And fourth, review it with stakeholders, distribute it, and commit to updating it consistently.
Because let's face it, nobody is going to read a massive, outdated block of text. We've all seen the unread binder gathering dust on a desk with no index and outdated policies, right? To actually be effective, the manual needs a spectacular format. We're talking clear headings, proper indices, and highly actionable do's and don't sections. It needs to be attractive and attention-catching, so it's instantly useful in the middle of a busy workday.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a challenge. Look at your own organization's reports and manuals. Are you just dumping data to record what happened yesterday? Or are you truly utilizing these tools as the ultimate, real-time revenue-driving engines they were meant to be? Because the right documentation doesn't just track your sales, it accelerates them. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and I'll catch you next time.